Hi, we're Big Video Studios here, and we're comparing 3 similar consoles to Game Boy. Now, I have a lot more consoles, but I'm going to do the most similar to Game Boy. Now, as you can see, down here it says limited edition platinum. So this is actually quite an old console from a long time ago when my parents were children. So anyway, so this is now unable to be bought at your local game stores or stuff like that. And as you can see, it's 32-bit over there, and it's run by a Nintendo company. So yeah, and at the back it shows you there's a lot of, you know, it tells you a lot of information and all of these things, and it runs on some batteries that can last for a long time. I've had anyway. So this one's called GameBoy Advance, and also there are chargers for the battery, but you have to buy the actual chargers for the battery instead of charging the Game Boy, so you just have to charge the battery instead. So we're going to open it. And first we're going to be getting out the Game Boy. I am going to I'm going to show you what battery it runs on in case you don't have it. But I've installed it in, so this is the Game Boy. And as you can see, 2 buttons, 4 sort of moving points, a start and select, soft lock, and this is to show it shows some light once it's activated. And as you can see, there's a slot over here, but I do not have a game, I'm buying one. Now let's just open this up. Now I did not put in the battery so I could show you them. I'm gonna get them out and I'm gonna put the batteries in the game. So taking out the batteries, and this is so I'm gonna put this there and this over there. Now we're gonna put it in, and I'm gonna show you what happens when you open up the game. Now, as I said, there's one button, and as you can see, there's a light I'm talking about over there, the green light. And yeah, this is all you're gonna see unless if you don't have the game in. So as you can see, I turn it back off and that fades away shortly. I'm gonna put it back on, and the same thing happens, as you can see. So I'm just going to be turning this off since I'm going to compare. I'm going to bring it back in when I finish with my comparing. So now I'm going to just put it away and get the new game. Now the simplest game to the Game Boy is the PSP. And so it has a lot more buttons, but it's the most similar second one. So as you can see, it still have these arrows. This has been added in. It's the same thing as these arrows are useful, but in case. And here they have different buttons. So these buttons are all different. Now this is not run by the Nintendo company, and so these are start, select, and all of this stuff and stuff like this. And then there's the volume and the go and the adding volume and decreasing volume over there, and this is to take it back to the very beginning to where it starts off, and then you can click yes, I'd like to take it out now. Let's see, so yes, so you open it like that, and I have the game in, but I'm not sure about it. So here's the battery, and so there you can see the battery. And yeah, so I think so there's some more buttons over there, but there's some more buttons over there, like I said. I just leave that back, I never really touch them. So this is how it looks like when it's open. Now it says out of battery, but this is how it is when this noise makes when it opens. Now this turns green, but when it's charging, it's orange. Now here's where you can put the charger in, over there, but the Game Boy does not have a charge, cannot charge the Game Boy cannot charge itself, not like actually charge it. It has to charge the batteries. So we're gonna bring back the Game Boy. As you can see, they're a bit similar. So the select and start, as are over here, are the same. Buttons are different. There is 2 buttons there, 4 buttons, and these are shapes and these are letters. So it has these arrows, but these are attached to each other, and it doesn't have, it doesn't have this, and it does not have this sort of button to turn it back into this. So yeah, and wow, at the back you put the game in there, whereas here you have to do this. You have to put this in, and this it runs on more batteries, because this runs on 2, while this Game Boy runs on 2 batteries, while the PSP over here runs on 1 but big battery. So I'm gonna go ahead and just check how many volts this has. I'm gonna check the voltage. 1.5 volts, and there are 2 batteries, so that's 3 volts. And this one's a more power, but the Game Boy runs on less, so there's something different. Yeah, the introduction is a bit the same. The PSP doesn't just suddenly write out PSP, but it does a bit. But also, the game instantly just pops up, and well here, the game instantly pops up. Well here you have some few other options. So we're gonna not use the PSP anymore, and still I'm not talking about the Game Boy. Now the next similar thing, the PS Vita. It's mostly similar like the PSP, so we're gonna bring the PSP back in there as well. So what's PSP? So these are a bit different. These, as you can see, this one is longer. This one feels different, has a different pattern. But this is more rough. Well, this one is smooth. Now the arrows are a bit like the same, except they're all together. They have the same buttons. The start and select are in different place. They both have these buttons. As you can see, this one is still functional, and you have to do stuff, and you have to do this sort of thing. Now I'm not going to go ahead and just type in my password, because we are not here to look about the PS Vita and the PSP to play on the PSP, PS Vita, PS 3DS and Game Boy. So over here you put the game in, you just have to take this out, but I'm not going to do that. And you have to press this button to activate its power. And as you can see, it just got activated. And you have to slide it, and it tells you the date and time and all this stuff. But we're not going to be using that. And I believe over here is the SD card, and this is the adding volume and decreasing as the same. So similar to the PSP, with the PS Vita is similar to the PSP, and the PSP is more similar to the Game Boy. So the Game Boy started off first, and then it increased to the PSP, and then went up to the PS Vita. So it's a bit like evolution from a Pokemon. This is the original form that you get as your starter. This is its second evolution, and this is its third. And I know it just goes saying there are 4 consoles. Why is there only 3 evolutions? Well, here's one. Just something like that. Something else to show you. And here's another thing the starter Pokemon have: the Mega Evolution, the 3DS XL. Now, as you can see, the 3DS XL it's a bit different. It's most different. As you can see, you open it up like this, but all the other ones are already open. Now there's a home, select, and start. One more button. Now there is just regular power, but like these ones, you have to press a button for the power, or this one you actually have to slide it up. So these two have similar ways of turning it on, while these two have similar. Now again, it's letters, same as the Game Boy. Now it has a B and A down there, as you can see. So it has these, but it's set in a different way, as you can see. So there, and so also over there. So if you open this up, it says SD. And if you open this up, you can see the SD card. So I'm just going to take that, and I forgot to put this in, so I'll just put it in whenever I'm doing a video about this, in case I need it. And here you can have the volume. You just have to slide it up and like this over there, and here's the internet. So yeah, and when you turn it on, like there's a blue power, but then you have to have it on. So the blue part. Now I have a Pokemon gaming installed, and when you move it up, this turns yellow, and this will turn red when it's on low battery. But when it's in really low battery, this will start blinking, and that will start blinking to give you a sign when you should stop playing, give it a rest, and charge it. So we're going to click power off. As you can see, you can stop from kicking the power off just by kicking the home button, or you could just press this like that, the same way you put it on. So yeah, and so we could just do this to return to the home menu, but we are not here to be using this, so we're going to be using the power off. We're going to be pressing the power off. So here's where the noise comes out of, and this is how you can take a picture from that lens. And yeah, so I'm gonna finish this video off with showing them in the rank of their ages and in similarities. That was first created Game Boy. Like I said, it's like a Pokemon. The starter regular form, then it evolves into its second evolution, then its third, and then you have to get the Mega Stone, the Mega Evolution, the 3DS XL. But I did say, at least I think I will show you what battery is required. I will show you I think it's in this one. Yeah, let me see here. Battery. Oh, let me check. Yep, this one. So as you can see, warning: battery productions, failure to follow. Never mind, I'm not gonna read that. Okay. For Game Boy Advance, there's only alkaline batteries. Do not use carbon, zinc, or any other non-alkaline batteries. And also do not use the new batteries. Replace all batteries at the same time. So that's the battery, and I'm not going to show you about this one because it's a bit different, but it's in a different language. It's actually exactly the same, except this one's in English. So, bye guys, see you next time. Hope you subscribe. And I'm also going to be getting a new game, and I'm going to make a video of it, of a console I've never used before, Game Boy. So that wraps up our video on comparing the Game Boy, and this is Advanced, like Platinum version, limited edition, like Platinum. Sorry, that's a problem. The limited edition Platinum Game Boy Advance, the PSP, PS Vita, 3DS XL. So that concludes it to comparing them. Bye guys, see you next time.